the past and then back again and again.
Styles, Soul Monsters on the track. I don't know how y'all do it in y'all city, but in Corpus Christi, we do our thing. Let's go. I'm taking shots like 50.
turning nothing into something. We just doing our thing. Let's go.
Yo te lo dije, no te enamores de mí. Yo te lo dije, tú no me escuchaste. Yo te lo dije, no te enamores de mí. Yo te lo dije, cuidado.
Mi beso es mortal.
Enamorado, pero yo no tengo tiempo por el amor. Enamorado de mi voz, pero mi voz canta el dolor. Enamorado fui también, pero se acabó y nadie sabe qué siento ahora. No, no. Yo te lo dije, no te enamores de mí. Yo te lo dije, tú no me escuchaste. Yo te lo dije, no te enamores de mí. Yo te lo dije, cuidado.
Mi beso es mortal.
Tu beso es como la cocaína, el prohibido es mortal, yo quiero medicina. Quiero jugar contigo pero no estás una niña. Eres una mujer que necesita gasolina. El fuego de pasión, tú quieres solo adrenalina. Me lo dijiste, pero no sé qué hacer, me partiste el corazón. Me lo dijiste, pero te quiero y lo asumo.
Yo te lo dije, no te enamores de mí. Yo te lo dije, tú no me escuchaste. Yo te lo dije, no te enamores de mí. Yo te lo dije, cuidado.
Mi beso es mortal.
Dale.
Me lo dijiste, me lo dijiste.
Mi beso es mortal.
seen nights longer than a lifetime, and days I begged and prayed that they would end. But hell ain't nothing compared to some of the places and the fires that I burned in. Smoke and ash and nothing left to mend. 'Cause she sold my dreams and sold my soul, spit me out and left me cold, with nothing left to lose or left to say. Now all that anyone can see is a shell of what I used to be. I guess the devil's finally done with me. I guess the devil's finally done with me. Now I know Jesus, but that ain't why I spend so much time down on my knees. See, lust and lies left me crucified. Now I'm hanging in the Garden of Eve, while she slithers like a snake away from me. 'Cause she sold my dreams and sold my soul, spit me out and left me cold, with nothing left to lose or left to say. Now all that anyone can see is a shell of what I used to be. I guess the devil's finally done with me. I guess the devil's finally done with me. Pieces broke beyond repair. I still smell her sulfur in the air. 'Cause she sold my dreams and sold my soul, spit me out and left me cold, with nothing left to lose or left to say. Now all that anyone can see is the shell of what I used to be. I guess the devil's finally done with me. I guess the devil's finally done with me. Yeah, I guess the devil's finally done with me.
My baloney has a first name, it's O-S-C-A-R. My baloney has a second name, it's M-A-Y-E-R. Oh, I love to eat it every day. And if you ask me why, I'll say, 'cause Oscar Mayer has a way with B-O-L-O-G-N-A.
Oscar Mayer, the first name in Bologna.
How's that?
All right, I got had your name on my chest since 2005. It was April 2005. I got it done with the staple in one of the local county jails here for the federal holding facility. At the same time, I got my son Dylan's name done, my daughter Jaylee's name done, and then within the last year, I got my daughter Danielle, which is Jaylee's little sister that I adopted, along with David, which has a daddy, and Patience also. But most of them call me daddy, except for when they're mad at me. So, but that's you. I've had you on my heart since 2005, and that's where you always stay for life. And I keep Dylan to my left side, and my daughter to my right. My daughter's to my right, so you know it's my strongest side of my body. Dylan, he can fight already. So, this is my soon-to-be wifey, Jackie. This is T, me, 2 tenths where we're from, San Antonio. That's where you're from. So that's the Plumley coat of arms. and then a Scorpio. And that's it. But you've been right there since 2005, so I see you every day, and I think about you a million times a day. So I love you, and be good out there. All right. My name is Travis Plumley. I am your father. I am reaching out to you in hopes that this reaches you in good health and spirits as it has left here. I'm just here to reply to, hopefully reach out and give you something you can relate to, or maybe where you come from, or where you might be headed. I want to apologize for not reaching out earlier. I think the timing is all in God's hands and how the cards play out. So when I was your age, I was expelled from San Antonio schools. I had to drive 45 minutes to go to school. I got expelled from there within 6 weeks. Just headed down, path of whatever I wanted to do because nobody was there to tell me any different. And about a year and a half later, I had my first son, Dylan. It changed my life totally. Good on my grades, just never, shit just didn't, it didn't end from your letters. I feel like I relate to your understanding of like how school just might not interest you, or they think you're ADHD. Well, I don't believe in ADHD as a mental disability. I believe as some people strive harder and have more on their mind than just what's the simple task of like school or a chalkboard. I know that school might not interest you, but just do what you got to do to make it pass. My oldest boy, he's gonna be 19 this year. He's a senior. Just had a senior year soccer night last night. Very proud of him. He's held it through. He's held it up, and straight A student. And just exceeded any expectations as a son that a father could, possibly have, period. My daughter, she exceeded those expectations the day she was born. So anything else other than that, which direction she goes in life is, A+ of me. So, and saying that, the day you were born, I had probably at that time in my life, I had like 30, maybe 25 instances with the cops. I didn't think the world was right to bring a kid up into it, to be involved with that kind of drama, or the drama I lived through as a child when my parents got divorced, because it was like, it was wild. So my mom is the best woman I know. There ain't too many women that can uphold to standards of being like a real mother for like their children, so. And as for me, since I've grown up, always it's just been about family, my number one family, and that's all you got. At that time, my family abandoned me, so I didn't feel right about having children in the first place. I know one thing, when I was any kid's age, whether it be 2 years old, 3 years old, 9 years old, you'd always wish, like, man, what if I had everything? You know what I mean? Like, what if I had, there was no financial, anger in the house. There was no stress of, what if, my parents had their shit together? How would my life turn out? You know what I'm saying? Would I have been, what would have happened? You know what I mean? And what if I had everything? So let's just, bless this child with the home that, somebody's got a structured, family to actually, provide for this child the way it needs to be provided for. Man, I had to give you up to God, and we both made that decision while you're in her stomach. But the way you came about, I'll tell you, is like 1 in a million, though. So I had my tubes tied when I was 21 years old. I'm sure you've learned a little bit about the birds and the bees with the internet and Facebook and all that kind of stuff, so I'm not going to go too deep into it, but after an operation like that, you got so many weeks before you're considered sterile, unsterile, whatnot. Well, we exceeded that time, whatnot, and we were conceived out of, after I was already considered like sterile, so that one in a million has got to be you. You're a blessing, and so in that turn, we went through the process of adoption, and Jeff and Amy were the perfect match. It was something about how they felt about, the main thing that stuck out with me was like their discipline and their education, and how they were, one was American, one was French, so it's two different, cultures, both of them very well set in their, in their careers and whatnot, and look well established. So, and just when I saw their picture, it was just, that's what it was. So it was instant. They came down, we met with your parents, and we hit it off. It was perfect. I felt very comfortable with Jeff and his handshake, and they're being excited, and just everything you look like for in a man and a mother. Just very inviting and loving, and not judging, or not about what we were doing in our life. You know what I mean? Because it was just a very good and happy situation. I pride myself on being a daddy, and it takes a real man to be a daddy, and a real woman to be a mother. So I hope I chose the right daddy and mommy for you. I'm blessed to be your father. I love you.
Ladies and gentlemen, are you ready? Do you think that women who are pregnant, if they use a vibrator, do you think their kids come out stuttering? All right, think about that. You realize teachers don't make as much money as strippers. So you know what I think? The teachers need to start stripping. That'd be the shit. We're going to learn a little bit about history, but first, Miss McGillicuddy's going to do a pussy pop off the pole. There are people who are racist and religious. I don't know how the fuck you do that. How the fuck you do that shit? I love Jesus, baptized by the blood of Christ myself. I always love my 8-pound, 7-ounce baby Jesus. I always have. But, what we gonna do with these niggers is what I'm trying to ask you. I don't think white people wake up and think white. You don't wake up and go, I'm white. You don't do that shit. Just like black people don't wake up and go, oh shit, black again. Damn. What the fuck? When is this shit gonna fade? This is bullshit. Oh!